Well, good evening, everyone. Hello, and welcome to week 7. First of all, let me apologize to you for not getting the quiz out until very late in the week. And due to that fact, if you haven't taken it, please take it by Monday evening, Tuesday at the very latest. The very latest. So my apologies for that. As you can, I'm still dealing with some health issues, but regardless, there's no excuse. Didn't have it out, and I failed you guys on that. So I ask your forgiveness on that. So here we are, week 7. Got a lot going on. Again, 3 more chapters for this week. We're going to be talking about chapters 12, National Security, Homeland Security, and Private Sector Protection. The role in law enforcement, the issues that are now important in law enforcement were different prior to September 11th. Our local law enforcement authority, our state law enforcement authority, has taken a much more proactive and cohesive role in fighting terrorism on a local level. So that's going to be some topic of discussion in chapter 12. Chapter 13 discusses the different policing models. Policing isn't just policing in America. There are several different models of policing, several different strategies, even within one jurisdiction, within one city. A strategy in Zone 6 in Jacksonville, for example, may not be a needed strategy in Zone 2 or Zone 3. And then you have tactics as well in that issue. So chapter 14 discusses future issues in law enforcement. As society evolves, as societal norms change, as societal acceptance changes, so are the issues in law enforcement. Things are ever changing. Perfect example of that is possession of marijuana, quickly becoming a legal substance in many states. My personal opinion is we will see a time in our country where it is legalized. Back in 1960, police officers removed a elderly black female from her seat because she refused to give it up to a white person, Miss Rosa Parks. We wouldn't dream of that now. And so that kind of shows you those are very small examples of how law enforcement changes, how there are future issues. We've already discussed briefly cyber terrorism, how that's going to be a future issue. How are we going to combat that? Body cameras, many issues. The list could go on. I'd have an hour talk on that. So I'm not going to beat a dead horse. So that's that. Chapters 12, 13, and 14 PowerPoint lectures have been placed in the folder for you. And your discussion this week is to identify the global and local challenges affecting the law enforcement community today and in the near future. What challenges are going on, not just in our city or your city, but what about global law enforcement challenges? How can law enforcement agencies manage those challenges? One thing law enforcement has always had an issue with is catching up or keeping up with those societal changes. So I want to hear what you guys think. What are the issues? What are the challenges? How can law enforcement manage that effectively? I think we're doing a pretty good job, but we're always one step behind. We're always reactive instead of proactive. So it'd be interesting to hear what you guys have to say. It'd really be interesting to hear. Excuse me. Really be interesting to hear what you guys, what solutions you have, and what you guys who are already in law enforcement, who are already working the streets or in investigations, be interesting to get your point of view. So, and then our last writing assignment is due this week. We have a lot going on, like I said, but that's what comes with an 8-week class. You basically are putting 16 weeks into an 8-week class. So, our last writing assignment is abuse of technology in law enforcement, and then we'll have quiz 5. It will be out by Wednesday, barring some unforeseen emergency. I am off this Wednesday, so I will have it by Wednesday. With that being said, do your very best. The abuse of technology, let me go back to that writing assignment. The last writing assignment, I'm not done yet. Great improvement from the other, writing assignments that you've had. Very vast improvement. I'm very happy with what I've graded so far. If you haven't received a grade, or if you've gotten a 0, which usually it does that, after a certain period of time it'll give you a 0. Don't worry, that 0 is not going to stick. They will be graded. Okay. I don't like offering excuses, and I won't. I try to stay prompt on my classes and grading. However, there are a number of health issues, including a few days in the hospital. But nevertheless, that's not an excuse to have it done. So, with that being said, I wish you the best of luck this week. I can't wait to see what you're writing, And as always, happy learning. If you need anything at all, it's prphelan at fscj.edu. Again, prphelan at fscj.edu. You can also feel free to give me a call. I'm not going to put that over the internet, though. So that should be in the syllabus if you need it. So have a great week. Stay safe.